I'm the realest one that's repping. Oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always repping. Oh my God.
What's up, y'all? Back with another video. So, you want to learn Pointman, so let's get into it. Off the rip, knowing Pointman, apparently it's very stressful. A lot of people don't want to do it based off of what I've seen, heard, and just kind of been through, kind of putting the numbers together, and it kind of makes sense. So I'm going to teach everybody how to do Pointman. If you're watching this from in the server, then this is training for you. If you are somebody who is just a viewer, this can be information for you to have if you just want to learn how to do it my way, I guess. First things first, gotta have the wand for obvious reasons. Don't worry too much about everything else. The SOP for the people who are watching who are not a part of the server, I won't be giving that out. That's something you would have to get in the server or run your own thing. Up to you. But let's get into it. First things first is how to call out a room. This will usually start off with if it's center fed or corner fed, meaning the room is at an angle or in the center of the room. It opens up that way. And if there is a bomb on the door, you will call that out first. Obviously, the last thing you would look for in that first part section of how to call out a room would be to look for any dead space, aka an area in a room of which you can't see. Say if like this over here was like right here and I couldn't see right side into the room, I would say dead space right. Next thing on that is civilians. You want to call them out second just because they're not, technically they are the most important, but they're not the most important if I'm being honest. The most important is actually the suspects. We get them last. The reason why we do them last is just because that's their last known location. We can get there as fast as possible. From there, the next section would be making suggestions and calls. Now, assuming that y'all say y'all got this cleared up beforehand or y'all did a brief before you went on the mission or whatever, we know who's calling the shots or making the calls, either Pointman or Element Leader. I mean, of course, Element Leader can always take priority and say, hey, we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. But if, say, the Element Leader is like, hey, Pointman, you're going to make the calls on how we enter every room, then this is assuming that that's the case. After you get that information about where the suspect is, it's time to make your POA, which is your plan of action. Shouldn't take too long. Literally, hey, we're either going to cross breach, or, I mean, my fault. We're going to stack this way on a door, whether that be single or split or however you want to do it, or one man on one side and three on the other. I don't know how you want to do it, but however you want to do it, that's how we're going to do it. From there, it will be how are we going to breach. Me personally, I do hook breaches on pretty much most of my doors. I find that cross breaching with the way the physics work in the game can like stun your character a little bit when you try to get on those doors back to back to back on either side. Assuming that you have the appropriate space on your stack and it's not a closed stack, you should be fine, but I would still say look out for that. But with the breaches, you need to call out, hey, we're doing a cross breach, we're doing a hook breach, J-hook breach, etc., etc., etc. There are a lot of different breach methods, but you would just call out what you need, or hey, I need to cover breach from shield, or I need C2 from breach or something like that. Like, it would be up to you to make the call on how you're getting into that room and how the room is supposed to look by the time that it says all clear. Like when you says okay, like code 4, we're good. Depending on how you call out that breach is how that room is gonna look. Other than that, if you want to see how, oh, another thing too, feeding. I'm actually glad I'm right here. So say like this door right here. In here, we're gonna say, well, we can get away with calling that 10 or 12. My fault. So I'll say door 12, and I will say it's feeding far right. If I was to say it right, I mean this wall right here, but far right for me and my team is just like the furthest away on the right side, if that makes sense. Like say the door that you you first see when you first come in here, it is all the way to the right. So if I was to read this room, I would say, hey, it's always going to be dead space left and right, but I got a door closed or open far right. So if it's from here to here, it's right. If it's from here to like maybe like right here or something like that, I say that's far right. Same thing with over here, this one to this one, in this area far left, on this wall that all is all left. It's just how I read the room. And then you would read out where their their locations are by using like half of a clock, basically. Like, hey, they're 12, hey, they're 2, hey, they're like 7. Like, you would just call it out how you see it or whatever, however. Other than that, that should be pretty much everything on Breacher. So just to go over everything just one more time, you call out a room in this order, which would be room structure. The room structure would consist of it if it's center fed, corner fed, whatever the case, where if it's feeding left, right, far left, like center or whatever, you will call that out. And then you will look for a bomb on the door, dead space and everything. Next is the civilians. And then after that is the suspects. Room structure, suspects. Civilians and then suspects. Other than that, that's pretty much everything you need to know on Pointman. Just to get this in there, even though it should be self-explanatory. Pointman is first in the stack, so he's always first. He's always working the door, and he's always crouched. Just in case the door swings open for whatever reason, Breacher can then shoot without having to worry about hitting him. Just a little something to note. For everybody who's watching this that's in the server, you do need Pointman certification just to get your EL certification for sure, because on your teams I have the ELs be the Pointman, so you kind of need that. For everybody else, this is Duality Swat, and y'all have a good one.
Got the mojo deals, we been tripping like the 80s.